I'm like, okay, it's ready. And to catch their surprise when they walk in the room is the best feeling. Like, I've gotten hugs from these little kids, and I'm not much of a hugger. So I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so great. So it's adding smiles every day, and what I'm doing is awesome.
Hi, I'm Glenn Gould. Welcome to Connections. It's an opportunity for us to get together with some of our friends and clients and introduce you to them and introduce you some ideas that maybe will enrich your life. Today, we've got one of our friends, Amanda Moberly, with us, and she is the owner of Sweet Dreams Campers. Tell us a little bit about your business and how you got started.
I started about a year ago, and I got started because I was looking for something for my daughter's birthday. And this business is out there all over the country, but there was nothing local to us. And so that's why I decided I can do this. So it is a sleepover tent rentals, indoor tent rentals. So they have a twin size mattress, a cute little tent, and they all have themes. So the kids love it because like their favorite unicorn theme or Starry Night. And then since then we've got started, we have added picnics for the daytime and a daytime rental option for the tents as well, for like the little kids, for a play date or something like that.
Now, does this happen at your home, or do you set up at their home?
I go to their home.
Okay, I was going to say that takes a lot of interesting work to make that happen. So you go to their home,
yep,
and you set up this really cool event for the kids, and then I presume you leave.
Yes.
And they have a great time.
Yep.
And then you come back and clean up. I mean, what a great thing for the parents, too,
yes.
Right?
It is really nice. Everybody seems to love it. The best is when the kids are not home. So when I'm setting up on a Friday and they're at school, and then I see the video of the reaction of the kids when they walk into their living room that's completely transformed with all these tents for all their friends to sleep over. So
is it typically on a weekend? I mean,
yes.
Especially with school kids? Now, in the summertime, I guess you can do it anytime.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And I didn't even think of that, but the kids are at school or whatever. They may or may not know this is even happening.
Right.
They know they're going to have a sleepover.
Yes.
But they may not know that it's going to be like the coolest sleepover.
It has been lots of surprises, and that is the best. I've had a few where I've set up where they've been in a different room, and then I'm like, okay, it's ready. And to catch their surprise when they walk in the room is the best feeling. Like, I've gotten hugs from these little kids, and I'm not much of a hugger. So I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so great. So it's adding smiles every day, and what I'm doing is awesome.
So you mentioned that there was nothing local like this. How long have you been in the area?
It will be 7 years in October.
And where were you from?
Annapolis, Maryland.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. No, I'm just kidding. And how'd you end up down here?
My husband flies for Delta.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's wonderful. And so were you working before this?
No, not since before I had my daughter. I have a 10-year-old daughter. I had my own personal training business back in Annapolis. And so I kind of took time off. I really had no intention to start a business at this time. I was like, well, I'll just wait till she gets older. But when this came about, I just went with it. And I just keep on rolling.
And how do people find out about you? I mean, how are you promoting yourself?
Everything's on social media. So we have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, TikTok page, and then we have our website. So we do everything on social media.
So now one of the things that really kind of surprised us when Amanda started using us was that she posted an Instagram photo of herself with our bag saying that she was excited about being at the point where you'd grown. And so I want to kind of, for our business folks, kind of cover what has the growth pattern been? I mean, you said you've been in business about a year.
Yes.
I would imagine this wasn't one of the things you thought, well, I can't wait till I can send this stuff out to be cleaned, but it was one of those milestones for you.
Yes. I mean, there's two things. It's the professional side of it, of having the laundry professionally clean versus in my own laundry. I have dogs at home. So, when I'm kind of growing this very grassroots, and I've gotten to the point where I'm having 3 to 4 parties a weekend, and with my own family's laundry to do, I just want to sit it outside my door and say goodbye, and then pull it back and pack it away for the next weekend.
Yeah, well, and that's one of the things that a lot of folks don't think about. It's funny because we have a linen company that we own as well that does restaurant linens and things like that. And most people don't know, but if it's restaurant linens or like sheets from a chiropractor or something like that uses a lot of oils and stuff,
Yes.
that stuff can combust.
Yes.
And so, people doing stuff at home, and not only do we have the equipment and the expertise to do it better, but also there's a risk factor as well doing it at home. Like you mentioned with the dogs and all that, professionalism really does make a difference.
Yes.
You say you didn't really set out to start a business, but kind of fell in your lap. Now, when you did decide, okay, I'm going to make a business out of this, did you do the typical things that everyone else does, or they say that you should do? Did you write a business plan and all those things, and really drill down that way?
I did do a business plan. It's very generic, just to get my thoughts together.
Sure.
I am a very organized person, and I am a visual person, so I have to see it to like kind of believe it. And I have set the process in motion for trademarking the business, and also patent pending our tent frames. So a lot of businesses similar to mine, they purchase the tents from a third company.
Sure.
I mean, you can buy them on Amazon, you can buy them anywhere. But our tents, my husband designed the frame of it. It's an A-frame and it locks into place. So when they're set up, they can't slide out from underneath of each other. And then I had a good friend of mine who started off as a business partner, but life is too busy for her. But she still sews the canopies. She designed the canopies where they tie. And then it just kind of all came together that way. So I like to say that I set myself separately because we have those design tents. Also, when people see them in person, they're like, whoa, this is so much bigger in person than the photos. Because I've walked into homes and it has been like a 5x5 space. And I'm like, 6 tents are not going to fit there. Sorry.
Right.
So our tents are full-size twin mattresses. So we need about 3 to 6 feet of space to put all the tents, and then those frames go over top of them.
And you say a twin mattress. I mean, is it a real mattress?
It's an air mattress.
Okay, so it's an air mattress.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, how in the world do you transport all that stuff? But yeah, I mean, air mattresses are great for this type of thing. I can see where somebody would look at what you're doing and think, oh, you know what? I could do that for my kid. Until they got into it.
Yes.
It's kind of like, I can change the oil in my car, and in the past I could, but now, I mean, they're so complicated.
Yes.
And what you've described here, really though, I mean, I never even thought about, but what an awesome thing where you've got this special design for the tent. I didn't even think about it until you were saying it, but I can see those cheap little tents that you buy at Walmart or whatever online collapsing on a kid.
Yes.
And who knows? I mean, you could have somebody get hurt.
Right, yes.
And then, you think that you've got the expertise to look at the space and go, okay, well, spatially that's not going to work. And somebody else has bought all this stuff, and now what? Where do I put it?
Right.
Got the kids in the kitchen or whatever. You take care of all of that.
Yes.
Well, that's cool. Tell me a little bit about, your experience. Obviously, Annapolis is a lot different than Fayetteville. Tell me a little bit about your experience locally, the things you found that you like, and maybe a restaurant or two that you frequent, or?
I live in a neighborhood that is very social, and quite a few people from the military life that we used to be a part of have moved into our neighborhood. So we kind of found friends very quickly and settled down here very quickly. We love to go out to eat. So I have girlfriends of mine that we're frequent Casa Vieja fans.
Okay.
Every Friday for lunch, you will find us there.
Okay.
And sometimes you'll see me in my pajamas. That's my uniform because I've set up a party and then I've gone to lunch.
Nice.
But I also play a ton of tennis.
Okay.
I think I started back in 2019, and this past season I was on 4 teams. It was way too many. And then I just last year gave up. I was the coordinator for our neighborhood swim team. We live in Wood Creek, and for the last 5 years, I was running that organization. It's mad chaos for the month of June. And then this is my final year as PTO president at People's Elementary School, which we just finished up the biggest fundraiser we've ever had. We raised over $61,000 in 2 weeks.
That's incredible. So what do you do with all the extra time you have?
Yeah, I know. I like to stay extremely busy.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, if somebody wanted to, get in touch with you, wanted to have an event for their children or grandchildren, how would they reach you? How would they find you?
We have a website, which is sweetdreamcampers.com. We also have an Instagram that is the same thing. Our Facebook, everything is Sweet Dream Campers.
Right.
So if you were to Google us, you'd find us very easily.
Okay.
And I answer all the direct messages and the inboxes for the social media for both or all the pages. And then our website has everything laid out, and it's very easy. You just select your theme and then you select your package. We have 3 different kinds of packages for our sleepover tents. We have the Happy Camper, which is the middle one, which comes with everything that you see in the pictures. And then we've dropped one down where it's the Roughing It, because it's just the frames, the mattresses, and the bedding, no pillows or decor. And surprisingly, a lot of people like that, especially for the boys.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And then our glamping package is what is offered in our Happy Camper, but it adds one of our add-ons. So we have a deluxe spa, we have a candy buffet, balloon garland, activity kits, and we have even the ability to make custom cupcakes, a dozen cupcakes to go with the theme that you choose. So,
and just out of curiosity, because just thought of this, if somebody kind of went and saw all the opportunities you got, I mean, first of all, who would even think of all these things? Obviously,
Yes.
you, right? But let's say somebody said, you know what, I'd like to add something special that you don't offer. I mean, are you able to do something?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have big goals. One is to be like a one-stop shop for any of your parties. So connecting with other business owners. I've done one with the boardroom out of Sonoy for their charcuterie boards, Sweet Pops for cake pops for as like a little add-on treat for each one. So I try to connect with local businesses to provide those services, and just we're here.
That's awesome.
Enjoy.
That's awesome. And if somebody, I mean, I know it's premature because you're not quite there yet, but let's say somebody wanted to get at the front of the line and wanted to, hey, I'd really like to talk to you about maybe being a franchise owner. I presume they can contact you through the website as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Well, I just, I got to tell you that I knew that your industry was out there because we have other clients who have done it, but this is unusual. I mean, it's not exactly the same. They never are. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I mean, they're all different, and yours is certainly. I think that one of the most interesting things is that a lot of these businesses, like our business, in all honesty, started out as, I need to solve this problem. I need to solve this problem for me. There must be other people who have this problem. Oh, look, there's people asking me about this problem. I guess I'm in business now. But most people don't go to the trouble you've gone to.
Right.
And so I want to commend you on that, where you've actually, gotten down and written a business plan. And you say it's rudimentary, but it's light years beyond most of us, right? I mean, I had to go through that a couple of years ago when we were looking for an SBA loan, and it's work.
Right.
It's the hardest thing to think of what you hadn't thought of.
Right. Yes.
And so that's awesome, and the idea that you're going to grow, I'm just so excited to watch it and be a part of it, and we're grateful that you're a client. So
thank you.
And so thanks for coming in today. Remember, folks, that if you want to get a party together, that Amanda can help you at sweetdreamcampers.com, right?
Yes.
And we look forward to seeing you on another Connections real soon. Bye now.